Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Cookin Wit Vinny. Today, we're gonna be cooking. My name's Vinny, and I'm gonna take you through the steps on how to make a chicken and rice meal. It's gonna be so good, your mouth is gonna water. And I'll take you step by step through the entire process, and maybe, just maybe, if you like it enough, we'll do this for one of our cooking things together, our vlogs. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is you gotta chop up these onions and get them ready to go into the cooking pot. So, let's just get all these skins away and let's start chopping. Gonna cut them all up into nice little diced up chunks. And who knows, maybe if you're a guy that likes onions, you want to use more than one onion. If you don't like a lot of onions, don't use a lot of onions. If you don't like onions at all, you probably don't want to use any onions at all. Anyway, I'm going to use 3 onions today, and I'm just going to do this entire process, and then we will get back to you as soon as I'm done. Stay tuned. Don't change the channel. Alright, so we just finished cutting up all the onions, and now we're gonna move on to the next step. And the next step, well, let's get all of our ingredients out. So we got the broccoli. We're gonna have to get rice. Normally I like to use Minute Maid rice, but today we're gonna be using some President's Choice rice. You're gonna have to have cream of chicken soup. Normally we use cream of mushroom soup, but you know what? Cream of chicken soup might do good in this recipe. It probably would do even better, but just for old time's sake, we're going to be using some cream of mushroom soup, alright? So now, we want to get all of our vegetables ready. So, while this sears in the oil, we're gonna get those nice and soft, a nice brown kind of color. Next, we're going to work on getting this broccoli over here all cut up, and then we're gonna steam it in the microwave for a bit, and then add it over there, and then we're gonna start with the chicken. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go. So we got our broccoli, and now we're just gonna cut it off by the head, because these are all the pieces that we want to use. Don't need that. And then this is good right here. Next, we're gonna have to dig out our steamer, which should be in here somewhere. This is it. Perfect. So, I'm gonna slide this off. Let's get some more lights in here. Fill it up with just a little bit of water. We're just gonna get it nice and steamy. And then what you want to do is take your broccoli, just take it by the handful. You want to shove it in here. Now, if you don't have one of these fancy steamers, you can just throw it in a bowl, put a plate on top of the bowl, then zap it in the microwave that way. But we've got a fancy little plastic steamer thing here. So what we're gonna do is take all this stuff away and move it. We're gonna put the lid on properly here, and we're gonna throw it in the microwave. And now with the broccoli, you want to do about just 2 minutes. That'll be perfect. Next, let's get started with the chicken. Hey, how you doing? So next, you take your chicken and you want to wash it because it's raw chicken. So you just want to make sure you get all the blood out. So here we go. Wash the chicken nicely in the sink. And there's our broccoli. Let's go see how that's doing. So we're gonna just take this, throw it on the cutting board. Actually, yes. And right before we check out our microwave stuff, we're gonna cut the chicken up. Alright, so here we go. We're just gonna cut the chicken up into slices first. Just like that. Alright. Cut it up into nice slices, and then we're gonna dice the chicken. It's nice. If you're doing this for yourself, now this is a really easy meal to make. You know, it's cheap too. So if you're doing this for yourself, you might want to cut the chicken into bigger chunks. If you're doing this to share with people, you can do it in smaller chunks. That way it gets spread out around the food. Once you mix it all in there, this is a really great meal. If you are always on the go, you got kids, you're in college, living on your own, or you know, you just want a super quick meal to make, this is how you do it. Alright, so now that we've got this done, let's take a look at our broccoli. So, we're at the microwave, and we're just taking this out. Looking at the broccoli, nice and steamy, get that steam. We could probably put it in there for about another 2 minutes, it's not too soft. In the meantime, while we let this just steam a little more, let's get our chicken finished. So we were gonna have to use a different cutting board, but because this chicken was occupying this one, we don't really have to at the moment. We'll just let that go in there. And what you want to do is make sure the chicken isn't sticking together. You want to spread it apart, because if you don't, then it'll just cook together and you'll have one big chunk of chicken. So there we go. We got that going. Now we want to use this for the broccoli. So we're just going to give this a quick rinse, because we don't want to do too much cross-contamination with the chicken and the salmonella, poisoning stuff that happens. Even though it's all going to get cooked in the same pan, we just want to be extra careful. And then this knife too. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, stay tuned and we'll start cutting the broccoli. Okay, so now that's the broccoli done. Sorry about the noise, I just had to have the fan on because, oh, forgot to drain the water out. That's awesome. Alright, so anyway, I just had the fan on because the onions, the smell of the onions. So anyway, now that we got this going, you want to just dice this up a bit, get it all ready to go into our pan. There we go, just spreading it out. And then next, after we get this done, we're gonna start our rice. And we already have that all set up. So, we'll get back to you very quickly. Alright, so now we got all the broccoli taken care of. We're gonna just toss it in here. Just like that. Alright. And then we're gonna start with our rice. So, for a typical meal, you want 1.5 cups of rice. That should give you a good 4 servings. So, normally, like I said, I use Minute Maid rice, but today we're going to be using some President's Choice. So, don't spill it everywhere like I just did. You want to, yep, reasonable proportion, just like that. It's actually not very reasonable at all. Here we go. This is warped. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, and then just, I'm going to try not to spill it this time. Here we go. And, great. That is good to go. Next, we're going to throw this into our pot. Actually, no, that's not what's going to happen. We put the broccoli in way too early. That's not true. No, we didn't. So, we take our can of mushroom soup. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, love that sound. Okay. So, we put your can of mushroom soup into the pot like that. Box almost empty. I love when that happens. And we're gonna have to do a milk change. Alright, so milk change successful. And something we forgot to do was salt the broccoli when we put it into the microwave. So that's something we're gonna do right now after we get our can of salt, our can of milk, pour it in here. And then we'll even get some salt from the table. Go. I'm just gonna dash a little bit of, well, not a little bit, a lot of salt. And now we're going to mix it all around. Okay. And now this is looking good so far. And we're gonna wait till it starts to simmer before we add the rice into it. Alright, so now we're left with our final 2 ingredients, the rice, which is the main part of the course, and then the cheese, which will go on right after. Let's take a look and see what is cooking. So, here it is, simmering nicely. That's a soupy kind of sauce. It's all mixed in together. And right now it looks very, very liquidy, but once we get the rice in there, it's going to absorb it very nicely, and then it'll turn into a more thick kind of really good looking food. So here's that right now, and now you're supposed to wait till it comes to a boil before you put in the rice, but it looks like it's already at that point simmering. But we're gonna add the rice right now. We don't want all the liquid to evaporate. We need it to absorb into the rice and still be really soft enough and really gooey for us to eat later on. It's gonna taste so good. So here we go. It's starting to thicken up already, and you just stir that around a bit, and it's gonna taste so good. You'll be surprised. So here we go. Now there's many ways to do this. We did it more of a gourmet style. If you really want to do this easy, honestly, you just put the soup in, the milk, and then you get that going. Add your chicken and add your rice, and that's it. That's how my mom always did it. But my grandma does it a little differently. This is how she's always done it. And you know, she adds the broccoli, the onion, a bit of seasoning and stuff like that, just like the salt or whatever. And then really goes at it. So now you can see this is really starting to turn into something really good. It's a great savory little dinner to have. And like I said, this should serve about 4 people. You know, if you get like 4 platefuls like that. Alright, anyway, we're gonna let this cook just a little more. The chicken has cooked really nicely. The broccoli has already been steamed. The onions are still a bit raw, but they're gonna cook with the entire meal. At first I was concerned that maybe I was moving too fast and that the onions wouldn't cook enough, but it looks like the onions are gonna do great, and they're still gonna hold in that great flavor. So, we will get back to you later when this is ready to have the cheese put into it. So here we go. Alright, so we're just about there. I tasted it, it tastes delicious. I added a little bit more salt. Everything else looks like it's going well. We're just gonna add the cheese and then we'll be ready to dig in. But first, let's finish setting the table. So this is just gonna be a meal for my grandmother and I tonight. But you can do this with, like I said, a lot of friends, and it makes a really great festive holiday meal too. Well, every meal should be colorful, but we can add other foods to make it more colorful. We've got lots of white and green together, but you know, and the cheese too. So let's open up the cheese. Alright, so here we go. The meal has really started to thicken up a lot. It's looking great. We've got the cheese. Now let's just get some of this in there. Really thickening up really well. And a nice cheesy mix into this. And then we mix this together to get it really nice and cheesy. And then at the end we even sprinkle some on the top for garnish. And then we'll be ready to serve and eat the meal. Yeah, it really came together. It was really quick, really easy, really fantastic. And it tastes great too. Let me know what you think of this meal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This meal turned out really well. It's thickened up a lot since we started making it at the beginning. Everything went accordingly as planned. You've got your healthy veg, your meat, which is the chicken. You've got some rice in there, which makes a great filler. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this great meal idea. And if you did enjoy it, then maybe we will consider doing this for one of our Sunday meal nights, our cooking nights. And we'll even do a vlog about it too. Yeah. Doesn't look bad, does it? Looks pretty good to me. Look at that. Really good. So let's do this. And I was also thinking, well, I'll explain the rest later.